Jordan Peterson rose to prominence in 2016 as a public intellectual after he released a series of YouTube videos that shot him and his opinions onto the international stage. In the modern world where everybody and their grandmother is able to chime into the conversation and share their opinion, it's rare that one person can grab this much public attention with their arguments. Even more unusual is the fact that Jordan Peterson's public arguments retained so much attention. These days, thanks to our collectively shortened attention spans, it's typically the case that people will only listen for a few seconds before scrolling on, or at best, watch a couple of minutes of a YouTube video. But in the case of Jordan Peterson, he developed a broad fan base that was willing to stick around and hear out everything he had to say on a given topic. So just what is it about Jordan Peterson that won him over this dedicated audience? Well, many have been quick to point out the distinct Sigma traits that Peterson possesses, and how they manifest in how he lays out his arguments. Today, let's take a look at the life and work of Jordan Peterson, and unpack whether he really is the ultimate Sigma male. Before we begin, how do we define a Sigma male? As a clinical psychologist, a lot of Jordan Peterson's work deals with different personality types and how they interact with the society that surrounds them. This is closely related to the very concept of a Sigma male itself. One of the male personality types in society, the Sigma male is most certainly the rarest. These men are known for a wide variety of reasons, but are most commonly associated with the concept of the lone wolf. But what exactly does this mean? Well, when we refer to Sigma males as lone wolves, we are referencing the unique role they occupy in society. That is, they reject the traditional hierarchy of sociosexual dominance. In the theory of social dominance, society can be broken down into different social roles. Most of these roles require interaction with one another in order to exist. For example, the alpha male or leader needs beta or follower males in order to be an alpha at all. And the same is true in reverse. Betas need an alpha to follow. But Sigmas are the rare men who choose to step aside from this hierarchy and live life on their own terms. They are the lone wolves of society because they are self-defined and do not rely on their interactions with others for their role in society. Now let's take a look at how Jordan Peterson fits this model of the lone wolf personality type. First of all, who is Jordan Peterson? Jordan Peterson, for those of you who might not be familiar with him, is a Canadian clinical psychologist and public intellectual. Politically speaking, he's most often described as a conservative, and a lot of his work centers around this theme. In 1999, he published his first book, Maps of Meaning: The Architecture of Belief. And the ideas in this text form the basis of a lot of work he came out with in the following years. His lectures combine his native field of psychology with elements of mythology, religion, literature, philosophy, and neuroscience, and they delve into how different systems of belief and meaning operate. Peterson gained a particularly strong following among young, conservative men for his political and social opinions, which he mostly shared on his YouTube platform. His 2018 book, 12 Rules for Life: An Anecdote to Chaos, became extremely popular among this demographic and shot him even further into the spotlight of public debate. He has since gone up head-to-head with a number of the world's most notable public intellectuals to discuss matters of society, politics, and philosophy, including Sam Harris and Slavoj Žižek. In recent years, largely due to a series of health issues, Peterson has chosen to retire from the public spotlight, but his time in the public eye was a rare opportunity to see a Sigma male take the center stage and make his voice heard. Let's take a look at the most significant of Peterson's Sigma male characteristics. Peterson disregarded the judgments of others. While Peterson had more than enough fans who clung to his every word, he was by no means without his detractors. Precisely because of his Sigma male characteristics, Peterson proved to be a divisive figure both in the world of academia and beyond. Regardless of one's personal opinion on what Peterson has to say, it would be impossible to deny that he has more than enough tenacity to come out and say what he truly thinks. As they exist outside of the traditional social hierarchy, Sigmas do not rely on the opinions of others to validate their role in society. In fact, they have little regard at all for what others think of them. They don't lose sleep worrying about the judgments of others, and most certainly don't let it stop them from saying what they think and doing what they believe in. Peterson is a prime example of a Sigma male demonstrating his ability to rise above criticism and judgment, and continuing to make his voice heard, even in the face of controversy. Peterson favoured reason and rationality. Sigmas are known for being highly analytical and applying reason to everything they encounter. They are highly rational thinkers who deal in facts and analysis as opposed to emotions and feelings. This is very true of Peterson and is made very apparent both through his lectures and through the way he engages in debate. Peterson sees the world as a series of puzzles that can be solved if one spends long enough connecting the dots. This is exactly the manner in which Peterson approaches his work. It's made clear from the way he sets up his final points and creates a highly logical argument step by step that arrives at this conclusion that Peterson possesses the deeply analytical mindset that is typical of a Sigma male. Peterson as a quick-thinking intellectual. Sigmas are known for their high intellect. That is much definitely true, but what's even more remarkable about them is just how quickly they can put this intellect into great effect. Not only are Sigmas intelligent thinkers, but they are also remarkably quick thinkers. Peterson would often demonstrate this ability, both in answering questions during his lectures or while engaging in debate with fellow intellectuals. In order to go head-to-head with the finest academics and public intellectuals of his generation, Peterson needed to make the most of his Sigma male ability to think quickly on his feet. Peterson questions the status quo. Part of being a Sigma male is taking nothing as gospel. Sigmas are naturally curious and analytic in their thought processes, and love to question everything around them. There are few things a Sigma male hates more than dogmatic thinking, and is quick to call it out whenever he encounters it. Instead of blindly accepting truths that are fed to them, Sigmas like to engage in debate in order to form their opinions on the world, whether that debate be with others or with themselves. Through his writing, his lectures, and his public debates, Peterson demonstrates this Sigma trait in action. The hallmark of a true academic, Peterson likes to pick and probe ideas before coming to agree with them, and watching this process in action is part of what made him such a fascinating public intellectual to watch. Peterson forms his own opinions. Similar to the way in which he questions the status quo, Peterson rose to prominence for the originality of his ideas. Even when others would try to back him into a corner and get him to agree, he would remain steadfast in his own opinions. This is a trademark behavior of a Sigma, as they don't take kindly to being told what they have to say or what they should believe. Even in the face of public backlash, Jordan Peterson always maintained his right to form his own opinions and share them as he saw fit. In the world of academia, this indeed made him something of a lone wolf, the very definition of a Sigma male. Now, before we get to what is perhaps the trait of Jordan Peterson that most identifies him as a Sigma male, please do take a second to hit the like button if you're enjoying the video so far. And if you're not already, then please subscribe to the channel for more Sigma male content. It really helps us to grow the channel. Now, onto what makes Jordan Peterson a strong contender for the title of the Sigma male of modern intellectualism. Jordan Peterson as a one-man show. Put simply, Jordan Peterson is and always has been a one-man show. Although many commentators have tried to apply various labels to him or align him with one political movement or another, Peterson has always remained resolute in his independence and never sought to align himself with any dogma or ideology. Though some of his ideas may be shared with other groups of thinkers, Peterson is not one to identify himself in such a way. This is typical behavior of Sigma males. They simply want to walk their own path in life and will resist being boxed in at all costs. Even though he may have retired from public life, if there's one thing we can certainly say Jordan Peterson did for his whole career, it was walk his own path and write his own rules. In the world of academia, Jordan Peterson burst onto the scene with fresh and controversial opinions, cementing his legacy forever as a Sigma male. What other famous Sigma males would you like to see covered here? Share your requests in the comments section down below and your idea could feature in an upcoming Bloke Box video. That's all for this video. Make sure to like, subscribe and check out the rest of the channel for more great Sigma male content. Until next time.